into Wanda being the villain. What do you think about that, my friend?
Well, welcome to another episode of Neon Radio. I'm Reece.
And I am Dan.
And this week we're doing WandaVision episode 8 and 9, and we're wrapping up the full review of the series. In the final 2 episodes of WandaVision, we learn more about Agatha, as well as Wanda's past, and also the events of WandaVision come to a head, and the destinies of all those who took part are determined.
Man, a lot of stuff happened in these final 2 episodes.
It's like we've been just a whole bag of stuff has been dropped on 8 and 9 of this series.
It was like...
It's like we were giving such a slow burn from episode 1 to 7, and then we just got tossed in the deep end for 8 and 9.
I enjoyed that. I needed all that info. Yeah.
There was a lot that occurred in episode 8 and 9, and I think that with all retrospect, we enjoyed it because we were waiting for it. But we also feel like it was kind of rushed. In a lot of ways.
Yeah, and I think that's due to the pacing of the show.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. And I think we said in the podcast, or was it I that said it? If this was 6 episodes and spaced out evenly, it would have been much better.
It definitely would have helped it a lot more. I didn't mind the pacing because of the enjoyment of watching it on a weekly, type of thing.
Yep.
But definitely would have helped it if it was a little more condensed. Maybe... getting rid of the Halloween episode, not really useful. We did get some really cool stuff. Spoilers ahead from now on, because I think we can both say that we quite enjoyed 8 and 9, and that it gave us a nice conclusion to the show, at the very least. But spoilers ahead. Now.
White Vision.
It was so cool.
Yeah, man.
It was cool to see him come into it in that way.
Yeah, and bringing back a character from the dead officially.
Yes, exactly.
Because we now know that he's going to live on with other adventures.
Also, let's just shout out the fact that although the fight between Vision and Vision was cool, their mental fight,
was better than the
philosophy fight was better than the actual fight itself.
Because it's good you're seeing 2 AIs battling against each other for over philosophical stuff.
So
it's awesome.
Really, it's super interesting to watch, and the conclusion of that was really cool as well.
Yeah,
and let's face it, we do have our main here. We got Wanda, and her journey. Yes, thank you. My mind is everywhere.
That's
today.
My biggest word for today.
Her journey was really, really well, number one, we all know that it's very it's sad throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
But there was a big learning process in this film, and we get to see Scarlet Witch, the Scarlet Witch. We've seen Wanda, but we've never really seen. We've seen glimpses of Scarlet Witch. But now we see
the official Scarlet Witch.
She's crowned, pretty much.
This. That's exactly how they've pushed it.
They've pretty much crowned her the Scarlet Witch in this.
Yeah. I have. We can talk about it at the end, but I have my thoughts about Wanda.
Yes.
And I don't know if people will like it, but anyway.
Yeah.
We can talk about. Are you finished with the Scarlet Witch? Because I want to talk about the goodbye.
Yeah. Go.
Yeah. Look, the goodbye, man. It was good, and it felt sad to see the 2 little boys, being put to sleep. That was like it was a good way of doing it.
Their send off.
Yeah, their send off.
Exactly. Yeah.
And just seeing Vision go out, because I think this show has made, well, I guess both of those characters, Wanda and Vision, just that much better.
So much more accessible for everyone watching the Marvel.
Yeah, and you can see their acting chops. They're not B-grade actors. They're great actors.
Olsen in this is just
like we knew Paul
amazing
could act.
Yes.
And we know that now that Elizabeth Olsen is an A.
Fire
she's an A actor. A actress. So, man, this is good. This is good.
But we've seen it throughout the whole show. She's had so many different parts to play, and has played it so well. And then coming up to this big climatic ending, where it was super sweet. We have the love perseveres moment in episode 8, and then we also have the the property being, given to her by Vision on the death certificate in episode 8. And then we also get this big moment where it's, we've said goodbye once before.
Yep.
I'm sure we'll say hello again because we've done it once already.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's such an amazing way to wrap it up. And they have that moment where, the camera spins around the characters and they say goodbye, and it's just really pretty. But
what annoys me is that Wanda hasn't experienced death on her own. Where Vision he's just copped it, man. And
he just keeps getting belted.
I just feel sorry for him, and this is
thrice
gonna lead me into. It's a nice segue.
Yeah.
Into Wanda being the villain. What do you think about that, my friend?
Well, I think that it's totally reasonable to say that possibly in the future, especially in something like Doctor Strange Part number 2, that Wanda could very much so be a villain. She's learning from the Darkhold right now in that story. And although that could help her just harness her powers better, learn what they are, it could also enlighten her in the wrong ways.
Yeah.
So, and we do get this really cool moment where we see that Wanda is more powerful than Doctor Strange.
Yep.
Where she's astral projecting and learning, but also controlling her body.
Yep.
When Doctor Strange can't do that.
No.
And that's super cool.
So, yeah, that's cool. But again, another thing that annoyed me. She comes to a town. I know she's got a screwed up backstory, which is very sad. But she takes a whole town hostage and then just walks away from it.
Yeah.
And nothing happens. And I think that's either they're going to address that
they have to
later on, because I think that's not fair.
There's very little ramifications for her actions so far.
And it's totally not fair. Like, you can't just leave poor civilians it's like in Batman versus Superman.
Yeah.
No, is it that one?
Yeah.
Where they destroy
that's
Man of Steel.
Man of Steel. They destroy a city. God damn it.
That was pretty good.
Language.
Yeah. But look, it's...
You got to bleep me.
I might just leave it.
Oh! It's for the kids, for the children.
Well, yeah, we'll speak about civilians. But yeah, I found that really...
You get one F-bomb in a movie, don't you?
I think you can. Is it? Yeah, you can.
Anyway.
But I just find that really annoying that she can just get a slap on the wrist.
Yeah,
or she didn't get anything. And that annoys me. That annoys me. And I guess we can talk about that is, could she be the next Loki?
Yeah, that's where I think they could take it there. They could take it where she's like, although she's much more powerful than Loki, they can take it in the route of her being a villain for the next set of movies.
Yeah.
Like their phase 4, and then bringing in your next big baddie for 5 and 6, like they did with, the first 3 phases.
Yeah.
But I think that... all around, the future of where this is going is super promising. And it's only next week we get the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and we get more Marvel. And then right after it, Loki. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Actually, this is what I'm keen to see what they're going to do with Loki.
Yeah.
So there's that.
The multiverses.
There's, if they're going to include more witchcraft.
They're definitely going that route now. Yeah. Final thoughts, Dan.
Final thoughts. Yeah. I nitpicked it a bit, but it's still enjoyable, and I'm going to repeat what I said in the podcast. If you're a Marvel fan, if you're a comic book fan, if you're a whole linear story fan,
yes,
I think you should watch this. Do you need to watch it? No. But yeah, if you're invested into the whole franchise and you want to know exactly what's going to happen throughout the whole thing, then yeah, definitely watch it.
I do believe that they will find a way to recap it for Doctor Strange.
Yeah, because
they have to do something to recap it if she's going to be a part of it in that fashion.
Because we got to think, not everyone can afford a subscription service, so they have to do something like that.
Yeah, not everyone's going to take the time to watch 9 episodes or something.
No, that's true.
On that front, they might just want to watch the movies.
So
yeah,
it's it's one of those things. But yeah, I'm giving this a 7.5.
Yeah, I agree. I'm giving it a 7.5 as a show, but as my enjoyment for the show, I'm giving it an 8, and that's just because I like the weekly the weekly episodes. I enjoyed spending the time with my girlfriend watching them, and that was kind of our thing of the week. It's going to be that for the Falcon and Winter Soldier. And I think that we're kind of missing that. And all around, the show was super accessible for everyone. I mean, it's got the sitcom thing going for it.
Yep.
It's got a little bit of the sci-fi, the good funnies. And the show it stands on its own.
Yep.
You don't have to know everything about the Marvel movies to even watch the show. So all in all, it's a 7.5 as a show, because I think there are problems. Episode 8, episode with the Halloween thing probably could have been
I still reckon
shortened or tossed.
I reckon they still should have just kept it one time period rather than transitioning.
They could have done that, or they could have jumped a few in one episode. Wouldn't have hurt to do that with the sitcom-y type of thing.
Yeah.
But all out.
I was going to say, I would have liked more of the computer department, because that was cool.
Oh yeah, the whole
the vision,
that type
vision
of
side. Yeah,
yeah,
that was awesome. I liked that.
Yeah,
But yeah,
all around, yeah. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and check out Neon Radio Podcast for more spoil-filled, in-depth reviews.
Also, check out Neon Radio Reviews on Facebook and Instagram to keep up to date with what we're doing next.
Also, I'd like to thank everyone who's been commenting and gone through the journey with us with WandaVision. We've loved seeing all the comments. Please leave us more. We want to know more about your thoughts and ideas on the show and what you thought of the end. Thanks for watching. Dan, can you take us out?
You know, I did have one for this, but I forgot what it was. So what I'm going to say now is, you've been released from the Hex.